Monday, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Good evening to all of you. I'm Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Grant Hill and Tim Legler. And down on the sidelines is and they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their rotation.
Missing a valued contributor. That can be a challenge. Now we'll see how they overcome it.
Here are the five for Philadelphia. We've got Iaquinconas. He's out there with Maxey. Edgecombe out there with Joel Embiid. And for the Bulls, they've got Josh Giddey. Isaac Okoro is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Smith, and it's Ivy in at the 2. As a team, when you're trying to construct your best lineups, what are you looking for, Grant?
You know, I think balance is probably number one. Each lineup has to have enough defense and offense. Otherwise, you're just vulnerable.
Pass to Edgecombe. Embiid, a screen on Giddey. This one for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
And that's just another component of Maxey's game, spacing the floor.
To the wing, right side. Buzelis. The offensive rebound. Here's Ivy. And off target. He starts the game 0 for 1. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Pass to Buzelis. Now Okoro. There's the triple. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey.
Yeah, something Giddey has always done well is share the ball. Tough to miss that wide open man.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. I asked him what he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him free points at the line. Brian, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Pass to Maxey. Lets the 3 fly. Philadelphia with another miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And this is exactly what Ivy wants to do, get downhill.
Tim, a top 5 pick in 2022. Jaden Ivey battled inconsistency in his first few seasons.
Well, he is an explosive athlete, and at this level, you can't dominate with speed alone. So he's continuing to put in work, and he's making real strides.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Embiid, a screen on Giddey to the inside, and the layup falls.
Well, Embiid pretty much has the green light to take any kind of shot, including off the catch.
Here's the pick. Okoro passes to Smith. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. Pass to Iaquinconas. Blocked!
That is a big-time block. Ivy with length and hops.
Giddey finds Ivy. Here's Buzelis. Back to Giddey. 6 on the shot clock. For 3. Joel Embiid with the board.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Here's Edgecombe. Good as the jump shot falls.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
3-pointer, Buzelis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
Timeout.
Giddey's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's a promising shot for Buzelis.
Williams is checked in for Chicago. Cam Thomas comes in for Okoro. And the 76ers making a change here. From the arc. Chicago with a rebound. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, and the bottom line is they just had too many unfavorable matchups. They could never find a lineup that worked.
Sometimes the D likes to get physical with Maxey, but he has no back down in him.
Maxey against Giddey. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day.
Well, I'm not sure if he was surprised to be that wide open, but something got him out of focus.
Inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Shoots off the step back. The bank shot, no good.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
And stolen by Williams. Now here's Ivey. He's covered closely. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Maxey. That one's good for 2. Maxey's got 7 points.
And that's the thing about Maxey. He is wiry strong. You see him there, absorb the contact, stay on balance, and finish.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. The Sixers on top, up by 4, and the second quarter is on its way when we return. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Philadelphia.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far, the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Cam Thomas out there with Trey Jones. Then it's Patrick Williams, and it's Caravan in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Thomas with the ball. No points so far. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, the power from Thomas. A well-built 2.
James against Jones to the middle. Oh, wow. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Pass to James. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Here's Edgecombe. 6 to shoot. Over Thomas. Dillingham with a rebound. The Bulls trail by 4. Now here's Thomas. Chicago passing it around. Off target with the 3. The 76ers shooting great, 62% for the field and continuing to get it done. All right, Tim, you look at Malik Beasley carrying the torch for the 6'4 sharpshooters.
Oh, that's right, B.A., and believe me, he never saw one that he didn't like. He gets them up, and it's the combination of volume and accuracy that made it a big reason why he was the runner-up for 6th Man of the Year in 2025.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Yakachonis comes in for James. Here's Thomas. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. The Bulls with another miss. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Embiid. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
Yeah, and you talk about presence in this league. That's something Joel Embiid certainly has. As soon as he steps on the court, you have to adjust everything you're doing to account for him.
And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that, on paper, isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
Down low. Here's Larson. And good. Off the lead pass that time. Larson's got his first 2 points.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Thomas for 3. Kept alive. 3-pointer, Buzelis. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor. Philadelphia leading by 9. Here's Yakachonis. The shot from the low post is good. Yakachonis has got his second basket of the night.
Watching the trajectory on a floater never gets old. One of the most fun ways to score that this league has.
Thomas misses.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
Pass to Buzelis. They need this. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 4 assists in the game.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the 3-ball.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Ivy's checked in for Thomas. Anderson's checked in for the Sixers. Maxey comes in for Beasley. Outside Maxey. Embiid a screen on Giddey to the middle. Embiid, too easy.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Okoro outside. The teardrop. Here's Smith. And he banks in the layup.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from them.
To the paint. Embiid gets the bucket. Embiid's got 5 points now this quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Here's Giddey. Softly drops in the floater.
How about Giddey just flicking it in? I mean, that's not an easy shot.
Here's Maxey. And it's Giddey with a rebound.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
The 3, Smith. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Screen by Embiid. And here's Maxey outside. Got it. Makes him 4 for 6 from the floor.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
The shot by Buzel is no good. Philadelphia leading by 8. Out left to the wing. Here's Larson. Chicago grabs the miss. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Hornets at Spectrum Center in Charlotte. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just 1 game.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And so it's Philadelphia leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Joel, some fireworks early. What's going to be critical to keeping it rolling?
Just keep moving the ball, get stops, and I think the kids just moving the ball, playing.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
And with All-Star Weekend approaching quickly, here's an update on how the dunk contest contenders are shaping up. Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played for every team in the league, so I'd like to ask him first, Ernest.
Well, everybody wanted me, Kenny, don't be jealous. I say LA is way up there, you know.
And now back to that first half. How about Tyrese Maxey? He was getting whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted it. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. They've got Joel Embiid. Maxey out there with Yakachonis. Then there's Edgecombe. How about the motor of Tyrese Maxey, Tim? He just does not quit ever.
He's one of those guys who tracks the most miles run during games. Maxey probably wears out his shoes faster than anyone. Sharp turns, hard cuts. He's always on the move.
Philadelphia shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. And it's Giddey with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. 9-point game. 2 points. That one goes.
And what balance from Giddey. Able to take the hit and still power through.
A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Tyrese Maxey trying to do it all for his team. He said, I think the biggest part is leadership. I need to lead by example and lead with my voice. I have to play well, and if I do that, I can demand respect with my play. But I really want to set a good example just by how hard I work. Brian, back to you.
Great mentality. All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
I love the determination of Tyrese Maxey. Has turned himself into a natural scorer, and he is always hunting the next bucket.
Okoro outside. Shoots from the block. The Bulls with another miss.
No, it certainly hasn't been a smooth start after the break. Just 1 for 5 here to start the third.
He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this lead.
The Bulls trail by 10. And here's Ivy from the arc. Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Uses the glass on the layup.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
Okoro passes to Smith. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Buzelis. To the inside. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. The Sixers lead by 10. And Maxey, here we go. And the layup is good off the glass. Maxey's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Okoro outside. Pass to Buzelis. Beyond the arc. Nails it from 3.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
Fires from the line. Here's Edgecombe. 9 points in the game. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Here's Ivy. Rebound by Philadelphia. They held a 12-point lead earlier.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Buzelis grabs the board. Bulls trail by 9. Ivy passes to Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, what a dish right there. I mean, Ivy anticipated the open man and executed.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. And another miss by Philadelphia.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Buzelis. The rebound by Maxey.
Well, that was a great challenge at the rim and a difficult adjustment to make.
Putting some extra juice on that tomahawk, fellas. No one is going to stop that.
Man, when he's coming in with that level of force, that's just too much right there. Maxey against Giddey. Ivy outside. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 6 assists in the game.
Well, his feet were planted, and he was ready to let it fly. All Ivy needed was for his team to get him the ball.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
The Bulls trail by 9. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Giddey. The rebound by Maxey. Philadelphia has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Smith. It's tipped. Here's Yakachonis. Screen by Embiid. 3-pointer. Buried from outside. I don't know. I think we may get a review.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
While this call may not decide the game, they always prefer to get it right.
And the ruling is in. The call stands. No bucket. So no change in the score as we end. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Trey Jones is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Patrick Williams. Then it's Cam Thomas. And it's Asenge in at the 4. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Yakichonis. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And the 76ers lead by 9.
Yeah, he found some room there along the baseline. Some space at the rim. Goes right up and puts it in without resistance.
Williams from long range. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
Isaac with a screen on Jones. Yakichonis. Again, Philadelphia. And Legs is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis. They stand out to me as well.
First team all defense. Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against. Well, Embiid now making it look easy out there. He's active and opportunistic in these pick-and-roll sets.
Pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
The Bulls making a switch here. Smith's checked in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He was clapping in the huddle, saying to his guys, loving the effort right now. Keep the intensity on them. Leave no doubt in their mind that this game is ours. Guys, back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. For Chicago, who's Ellis is checked in for Williams. Okoro comes in for Thomas. And Jaden Ivey subbed in for Jones. Grant, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA. Is quite staggering, but there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world. Oh, nice touch on the inside play by Buzelis, adjusting from close range.
Well, you want those shots anytime you can get them. High percentage at the rim.
Here's Larson, guarded by Okoro. Yes, it's good!
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Now Ivy. No problem from 14.
And you can see that Ivy certainly has that in his back. He has really improved his overall skill set since getting drafted.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. From deep. Oh, no good. Bulls trail by 8. And here's Okoro. Here's the teardrop, and there's the layup. Good.
Wow, what skill level to get that floater up and in right there. Nicely done.
And the 76ers with some changes. Edgecombe comes in for Larson, and it's Tyrese Maxey in for Beasley. Here's Maxey. Jacks up a 3. Oh, it doesn't go. Chicago's gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's the floater. First free throw is good, and that brings him within 5. And so he hits both.
Those are big free throws. Now they need some defensive stops. like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, making all of their free throws right now, it's a great way to extend the lead.
Ivey fires. No good from 3.
Well, let's make no mistake about it. If you want to cut into this lead, you're going to have to generate much better shots than that.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Can't believe he missed that. Looked like a loss of focus. Love seeing Ivey step up in a big way, showing everybody how clutch he can be.
Oh, the long ball, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Nice. That one's good.
Now, that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Here's Maxey. There's a screen. Takes a 3. The triple drops.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Here's Ivey. Lots of room, and he sinks the jumper.
You see how this team trusts Ivey offensively. They will go to him in a big spot.
Here's Maxey. So it's all come down to this.
It's really that time where your leaders must step up.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
To tie it up, and he lays it in.
And you're never going to see Jaden Ivey back down from a big shot. He wants the ball in his hands in those moments.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Maxey, and he powers it down, one-handed.
Well, you gotta love all that confidence. Maxey with the biggest bucket of the night.
Here's Smith. Buries it.
Got the ball right inside. Such a well-timed pass.
For the win, the 3 is off. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here we go. Isaac Okoro is out there with Buzelis. Then there's Jaden Ivey. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Smith in at the center position.
That is a textbook pick and roll orchestrated by Maxey right there. And it's capped off with a perfect delivery.
Ivey. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one. And Tim, 1 year, you shot over 50% from the field and from three-point range. Not to mention over 80% from the free throw line. You think we'll ever see that again?
Well, Brian, I think the 50% from the 3 could be more difficult because the volume is now so high. I'm not sure they're as selective in their shot attempts, which means your percentages naturally come down a bit.
So 3 for 6 is not going to be an option for a great shooter?
Don't think so. 3 for 6 is usually the first quarter for a lot of you guys.
Okoro on the wing. Now Giddey. Clock at 6. Embiid there for the rebound.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
And we played just over a minute here in overtime. The steal. On the break. Ivey flushes it down with both hands.
And very difficult, but you got to keep pace with Ivy in transition, or he will finish all night long.
Now Embiid. Yes, using that window.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Here's Edgecombe. Guarded by Okoro. Quick two. All net.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
Now here's Ivy. Defense right on him. Oh, the finesse with the floater.
Big-time stuff from Ivy, a prime-time player on display.
Maxey. It's good from beyond the arc.
Well, controlling your heart rate in big moments like this is something that coaches talk about, and this guy can do it.
Ivy. Now Smith. Outside Giddey. Here's Smith. Shot clock at 6. He launches. Not that time. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
A basket here would give them some breathing room.
Slow down, no need to hurry. Take the best shot available.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Good on the first. And that puts him up 5.
Taking the 2 shot.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Well, at this point, everything has to go your way to extend this game.
Ivy. Cleared away by Embiid. And so they foul intentionally.
Jalen Smith. First personal foul.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
They're one of the most well-rounded players in the game. Embiid is also a top-notch trash talker, too. I mean, he knows how to get under the skin of his opponents.
For 3. Cleared away by Embiid. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Fires the 3. And so it's Philadelphia with the W. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end. Whew.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Joel, we've heard critics in the past question your level of conditioning. How do you answer those critics?
You know, I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing this year, and I've been healthy, and I haven't been injured, and I'm going to try to keep that. I'm going to keep that way, so.
We'll stay locked in and wishing you the best health. Thanks, Joel.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. And that about wraps it up. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Tyrese Maxey.